Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you all doing? Query from last session. Rashi, could you go through the session?
Actually, I just couldn't. I'm held up with a lot of things this whole week. A lot of guests and things for my son had an annual function. Actually, it's today, so practice sessions. I was like totally held up with things. So not yet gone through, but maybe I'll catch up. I hope
Yeah.
today I'll be able to understand if I haven't.
Yes.
Seen.
And you perhaps know the things already. You are into online online services. You are already into. So things that
Yeah,
we
I will
discuss.
ask him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What about Shilpi, Vinal, Deepa?
Yeah, I went through there were two recordings. I went through the first one. The second one, where you are discussing more of the
Technical
things.
stuff.
I was getting a little lost going through. So I thought maybe I'll go through this and then I'll go through that today and I'll go through that again. And if I have any queries, then I will ask. Yeah.
Right. Vinal,
I think I went through
Deepa.
and
Yeah.
like I could understand, I could follow. Yeah, I like that convergence and divergence. It's still
Pointers.
like something
Yes.
I would like to explore.
Yes, Vinal.
I've started to write one article and now I'm directly doing it on Google Drive rather than first creating a Word doc and then. So just that I
Google
created
Doc.
a template.
Yeah.
Yes, I created a template. Now I'm unable to keep that template as is and use that as a base for creating a doc. So that's where some confusion is there.
Yeah. Let's explore today that. Yeah. So, what is the basis of the template? Like, what is the dimension? What are the things that you have chosen for the template?
So I went to page setup and then I just did a gray background and one underline. That is all changes I made. But now that I'm writing a document, new one, it's directly coming onto that rather than keeping this aside and uh,
Okay.
keeping template as template and then starting
Right. So
with
you
the
are
template as the
working
base.
on computer or on your phone, on your laptop. You are working.
I started on the laptop and then in any amendments, I'm continuing on the phone also.
Okay. So let's. Yeah. So let's start from there. Just sharing my screen now. Yeah. So this is my drive. Now on the drive, we went to this folder, which is RFP folder, 2021-2022 RFP. Then we were actually working on this third module folder, which is a subfolder of the RFP folder. Right now, when we are creating a Google Doc, that time what we do, we click this plus new option, which is in the left navigation, the top one. So I think all of us in this session who are participating use laptop or computer, right? So the interface is same, this plus new. Otherwise, in mobile interface, it will be little different. I think for Nandini, we'll discuss that also later on. Nandini today couldn't join, it seems. So anyway, so plus new, then Google Doc, then this option will come if it is a shared folder, whether you want to share that particular file with all the participants or not. So now Here, what you did, Binal, you went to the page setup.
Yes.
Yes. Then
And then the page color is only the thing that I changed.
page color you change. You could change the paper size also. You know what it would give you is that suppose you are sharing on mobile device any document, then a bigger paper. See, in this case, the default paper size is A5. Do you know A5, A4, A3, these dimensions?
I know
Yes.
A3 and yeah.
Right. A4 is a normal dimension which comes actually very handy, which is the size would be A4 would be 8.27 inches into 11.69 inches. So this is 8 by 12. Normally, we avoid the points thing. Then we call it 8 by 12. 8 inches by 12 inches page is a A4 page. Half of that is A5. And double of that is A3. These are the three common sizes that we use. A3, A4, A5. Right? You see 8 into 12, 8 into 2 is 16. And this 11.69 is common. So this is actually 12 by 16 size, 12 inch by 16 size page. This is 12 by 8 page. And this is actually 5. So this becomes half. So 6 by 8, this becomes. It was 12 by 8, then it becomes 6 by 8. So sizes are now understood. A5 is a size which is mobile friendly, we consider. You know, because A4, if we accommodate A4 in a mobile screen, then the fonts will be very small. Though we have that zoom in, zoom out facilities for the reader, but then also like the page at the display, the page is very smaller. So A5 will be quite accommodative. So that could be chosen. I'm just sharing the options. Now, portrait landscape, we understand. Portrait is this particular window which is popped up. This is a portrait version. Portrait where the length is vertical and the width is horizontal. This is a portrait orientation of the page. Landscape will be just opposite of it. Like the length will be shorter, the width will be in the vertical, and the horizontal will be the length. So I'll show you the. You see, it becomes. Just a second. Let me. Yeah. So this is the landscape. And this is the portrait.
Wanted to ask is this A5 size, if we are working on the laptop, then how would it look for someone who's seeing it on the laptop?
A5 is quite comfortable even on the laptop, because see, the fonts will be bigger, and bigger the better for any eyes, that way. Isn't it? That's I'm proposing. You may differ to it. So anyway, now the problem that you are facing is the next, whenever you are opening a next document, it's not appearing the same. You're saying?
Now I've made the template and I'm working now directly on the.
Did you select the save as default? this one, this option will be active if I change something. Say set as
I
default.
think so. I don't recollect though.
Set as default means whenever next time you are creating another document, this will appear the same what you have selected before. Yeah. Now you tell your problem. What?
So I'm not sure whether I've opted for the saved as default. So now when I'm starting to, after making the template, starting afresh with a new document, so then I'm working on the template document, not afresh with a template setting as a background. And then, so somewhere I was looking for save as, so that the original template document remains as is, and over and above that, a new one.
So I think you can restart considering this saved as default. Then the new document will be the same template that you have saved. It will be a separate new document, but the template will be the same as you saved.
Sure, I'll try this.
Deepa, are we on the same page? You understood somewhat? Shilpi? Right. And Rashi, is it okay? I think this you already.
Yeah. This is fine.
So that was about the Word document. So I'm just deleting this because this is not needed. Now today what we'll do, the document and any doubt in the document part, that will clear, then we'll go for the slides. Slides is the alternative of the PowerPoint presentation or keynote presentation. That's a Google Drive alternative for presentation. It's a presentation tool. So anything on the document part.
I was curious why like you use gray. Is it like for better
Eye friendly.
reading? or
Eye
something?
friendly. Yes. The white background is as if it's a source of light. So gray background will be easy on the eyes. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing more than that. Yeah.
And the drawings and all, if one has to make anything, that is also same way as Word doc and all.
What is that? Joints.
If no drawing, any kind
Drawings.
of lines, mapping, maps, any kind of
so
those
annotation
things.
actually has got a limitation for devices. I think different devices will
Not annotation,
but drawings,
not
yeah,
annotation.
drawings are normal
Is the same way.
as you do
Yeah.
on the Word document. Yes.
Sure.
So today what we'll do is understanding the slide, but what we'll do in hand application of the slide today. So let's create a folder in the third module and Zoom orientation. Let's name it as a Zoom orientation. Live session. This is a folder that we have created. Now in this folder, now let's create another Word document to that divergence pointers, to create some divergence pointers. We are giving a title, Zoom orientation. How to use Zoom, suppose. Now, in this, suppose a few pointers, we can keep on working on those pointers, but for now, signing up could be the first step. Then installing app is the second step. Then new meeting then tools. Nandini is also joining. Tools in meeting, or let's name it in meeting tools. Then screen sharing. Meeting tools. Before that, audio settings, video settings. Right. For now, these 7 pointers we have created. Right. These are the pointers on which we'll build up the slide now. Right. Now, what we'll do, we'll go back to the same folder and we'll create a slide. Here, when we click on the plus new, then we see the Google slide option. Now, same option will come that whether you want to share it with the shared people. You just click yes. Now, here on the title, we are again giving the same title, Zoom orientation. Now, on the how to use Zoom live meetings. Now, this is the first slide that we have created already. This is quite similar to the PowerPoint presentation. Right? Now, what we'll do now, we'll add some slides. Now, in this, suppose the first title, signing up. We copy from the Word document. This came up as a small thing. The fonts can be increased. Fonts can be increased from the top toolbar we see here. This is quite similar to the PowerPoint presentation. We just click the plus and the fonts increases. You can change the type of the fonts also. So we're continuing with the Arial. So this becomes the first slide. Now here we can add the screenshot. Right. Now for the screenshots, we'll come back again, but let's create the titles first. So now installing app. So here for the presentation, actually the font size of the similar what it's called, header or body, the font size could be the same actually, so that the audience do not get diverted into adjusting with the font size. So here the font size was 24. As you see, we have selected this also as 24. Right now, we are going for the new meeting option after installing the
Why
Yes.
are we learning to use this instead of PowerPoint and Word or slides and pages and all?
yes, that we have discussed in the previous
Yes,
session.
I've not, I
yeah.
didn't become very
So
clear about
this
it.
is this is actually a pen drive on the cloud, and you become free from the devices. Like no specific device is needed, and you need not to carry even a pen drive. You just need an internet access, and any device, any digital device will give you the liberty to access your work.
So I could also be doing the same with saving a Word document on the drive.
Yes, yes. So you can work on the Word document, then you can save it on the drive, and that can be converted into Google Doc also. Right? When you
Yeah.
save a Word document versus when you create a Google Doc, few of the functionalities differ. So Google Doc has got more functionalities than the Word document saved in the Google Drive. Do you follow this?
Okay, like what? Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Functionalities? Yeah.
For example, OCR is a beautiful functionality. OCR means optical character recognition. Suppose
Okay.
you have a page written with hand. Now you have captured an image of that page. Now you want that that annotated write-up could be converted digitally.
Oh wow. Yes.
So that OCR characterization, the OCR means optical character recognition. Like optically, the characters would be recognized by the software. That functionality is there in the Google Doc, not in the Word document, which is saved in the Google Drive. Could you
Sure.
get that? Yeah. So we'll
Yes.
try and understand in later sessions that how
Yes.
OCR can be used and all those stuff. So those are very user-friendly tools that Google has actually. Google Workspace
Okay.
has. So now this was the third slide. Now let's go for the fourth slide. Fourth slide was in meeting tools.
I think the only important point here is you need to know your or remember your login ID and password of Gmail.
Yeah, that's very important.
Because
Yes.
in your own system, it's by default, you never log in. Like you really don't
Yes.
type, but if you are using another system,
Yes.
I mean, it happened to me several
Very-
times, and then,
very
oh my
important
God, I
point.
forgot what is it.
Very important point. And though for me, what I experienced over time is that Google Chrome could be a savior. You know,
Yes.
Google Chrome. If you sign into Google Chrome on your device and you allow this saving of passwords, then that has got an interportability. Like on your phone also, you carry that support of passwords.
Yeah, but I'm just talking if you are going and presenting in somebody else's system, that is when I'm talking. Our own system, absolutely no issues. Yeah, it will be auto saved.
No,
So
that's
that
what.
brings us to
Yeah, please.
how do we end up remembering passwords of so many different, if you can share a tip or so, because even that's a challenge for me to recollect passwords of different platforms.
Android phone has got this retrieving of the password. If you allow the Google Drive to Google Chrome to save your passwords, though the security first is there, like security risk is also there in that. Suppose you lost your phone and if it is not protected, encrypted, then anyone can access it. But in the normally on your phone, in the settings, you can access all the passwords saved in the Google Chrome. Do you know that? I'll show you how to do that. Let's continue with this, then we'll check that as well. So in meeting tools, then audio video settings. Suppose. just copying this and making this video. The last one is a screen share. So let's continue with this. So now what we'll do, I'll quickly share it from my iPad and I'll keep on attaching the screenshots so that you guys can also see that, and I'll also be able to. So now I'm on my iPad. The screen is from the iPad. I'm going to the Google Drive. Same Google Drive. Then RFP folder, third module folder, Zoom orientation folder. Now the same Zoom orientation. Now the interportability will experience. I'm just keeping the iPad screen open and I'm going back on my laptop. Just taking a screenshot of Zoom. The Zoom website. Just crop that. So see, I'm working on the laptop. My iPad screen is shared. The same thing is reflecting. So connected these all are through the tools. Shilpi, could you get this? You're mute.
Can you repeat it once? I'm not sure
Yes,
completely
yes.
understood.
So the facility that you get working on Google Drive, Google Workspace is that you have an interportability irrespective of the devices. Now on the screen, what you are seeing is the screen of my iPad, but I'm not working there. It is just shared. The screen of the iPad is just shared. I'm working on my laptop.
How did you share it?
On
Can you
the
just show it again?
iPad.
Yeah, from the iPad to the laptop. How did you share it there?
No,
Here,
it's a
on the laptop.
normal screen sharing because I have logged in from the iPad also. As you see,
Yes.
there are two logins in Zoom from my side. One is as Sai Solution and other is from iPad. Do you see?
Right.
So
Yes.
so that means I have logged in from iPad in the same session, and I do
So
have,
you mean
yeah,
you
the
have
screen sharing
used
facility.
the today's session?
Yes. The today's
Today's
session is being used to share the screen.
So
Yeah.
if I was if I was to do this for not say for a Zoom presentation, I was working on something else. This presentation I was making, and if I have to get something from my iPad or my phone
Yes.
to my laptop, how
Yes.
will I do that?
You'll be able to do it on the iPad itself. On the same slide which you have created on the laptop can be accessible
Yes.
from your phone. And suppose some image is there in your phone which you want to use in the slide. So now, for example, I've shared my iPad screen, but on the iPad, sharing this screen captured like this Zoom, the Zoom.
Can you
thing.
please show me how did you do it again?
Yes.
Sharing the screen, because I faced this when I was making my presentation in the normal presentations, because I wanted to take some those video screenshots on the presentation, the video on that urine and sweat when I was doing. Then those screenshots I took on my phone, and then I had to plug them in the presentation, and it was a long procedure because I took them on the phone, the screenshots. I had to play the video on the phone.
Yes.
Yeah, you know how that is.
Yes, yes,
so
yes.
how can that happen?
Right.
Here?
So I'm coming to the next slide on my iPad.
Yes.
Installing app is given. So just ignore the title. Now suppose I want to.
Yeah.
I want to edit this from the iPad. Could you see that?
So I will have to open the same thing on the iPad also.
On the iPad, you have to open it. Then if you touch it, then you see after double tapping, you get the editing option.
Okay.
Then on the place where you want to paste something, you'll find a lot of options at the top. Do you see?
Yes.
The toolbar opens,
Yes.
and above that there is a plus sign.
Yes.
I'm just clicking on the plus sign. Then there are options that you want to add some comment, text, images. So I'm now taking some image from anywhere, suppose. This is the dummy image I picked up. Now this image can be resized, can be used. So now this is done from the iPad.
So I'm just relating it to what I was doing that time.
Yes.
So I would, if I was making a presentation in the Google, this Google presentation on the Google Workspace,
Yes.
then I would open the Google Workspace. I would have clicked the pictures on the phone.
Yes.
I would open the Google Workspace presentation on my phone, and then added this image, whatever images were there
On the respective
from
slide.
there straight
Yes.
away on the phone, and
Yes.
then I close it there, and then I can open it on the laptop again.
Yes, that's what I'm just going to show you. I'm just sharing the screen of my laptop now. Do you see the laptop screen now?
Yes, but
And the same
isn't
slide.
there a way? Isn't there a way to do the same thing in the laptop itself?
Same. Yeah, yes.
Because it's
So
still
this-
a cumbersome procedure.
Why cumbersome, you're saying?
Because I am using the two. I mean, I am ending up interchanging the devices in the process. If I was to
But
do
your
the
slide,
same thing,
your presentation is saved as a single presentation.
right,
Same.
that is there, but still,
Mhm.
ideally, I mean, I'm just saying with the way the technology is going, because the laptop, isn't there a way to have those screenshots taken on the laptop itself so that you don't have to change the devices also?
Which screenshot?
See, I mean, or say for instance here, when you, so here in this case, you are using a presentation, you're using a slide which is a Zoom page which comes when the Zoom is being used, which can also happen. So say when you are using Zoom right now on your laptop, isn't there a way